Alright y'all, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the top 10 missing game modes / features from Battlefront 2. Now look, we're almost done with this series. I got a couple more videos I'm going to crank out for y'all, but we're definitely on our way out of the tunnel when it comes to this series. I've actually really enjoyed making these videos. It's been so much fun. I love the feedback that you guys have been giving me. I love that you guys are enjoying the videos. We're getting new people on here every single day. And speaking of new people, at the time I'm recording this video, we're at 1.97k subscribers, and I can't even say I'm surprised. You guys have been showing so much support. Y'all been liking, sharing, leaving comments, and that's what the YouTube algorithm loves. It's going to keep pushing the videos out even more, and our community is going to grow that much larger. And the crazy thing is, fellas, we're starting to create a legitimate presence on YouTube, so just know, no matter what happens, you've always been the first couple thousand subscribers that I've ever had on YouTube, regardless of how far we get. When we hit 10,000, 25,000, 50,000, 100,000, a million, etc., just know y'all have always been the first couple thousand subscribers, and I will love y'all forever. And that's not to say I don't love everybody else that joins the channel, but y'all are the ones that decided to watch a content creator that has almost no subscribers compared to all these huge names, and I really appreciate that. This channel is destined to do big things, and I'm so glad that y'all can be a part of it. So like I said, that's just a mini thank you to y'all, and without further ado, let's hop into the video.
Who's the man?
Time to find out.
Now today's video is all about the top 10 missing game modes and features from Battlefront 2. And quite honestly, we can probably go back and forth for about an hour and talk about all the things that are missing in this game. But I've played this game with so many different groups of people, and I've heard some consistent things about things that they wanted to see in this game that unfortunately did not make it. And let's get right into it. At number 10, we have Battlefront 2015's Survival Mode. Now look, I don't think any of us jumped out of our seat in frustration when we heard Battlefront 2015 Survival Mode wasn't going to make it into the final cut of Battlefront 2. But I'll stand firmly on the side of, if you're going to make a sequel to a game, don't take anything away, only add things to it. Everyone complained that Battlefront 2 was lackluster in its content when it dropped, and this is one of the reasons. You take things away that you don't think people will notice. Now yes, they added the 4-player co-op, attack or defend. It's like a mini supremacy, I get it. But imagine if Star Wars Battlefront 2 had its own spin on zombies, where you can just survive endless waves of droids or Imperials, call in all types of different kill streaks like orbital strikes, gunships, all types of stuff to just keep the match going and help you survive. I'm not gonna say it was a missed opportunity, because at the end of the day, it was something that the game could afford to lose. I don't hear anybody complaining that it's not in there, but it would have just been nice to see them expand on survival mode a little bit more in Battlefront 2. At number 9, we have a meaningful progression system. Now what do I mean by that? Now look, I'm going to be taking a lot of points from Call of Duty, but hey, there's a reason the game's been going on for 17 years. Now listen, I love Battlefront 2 more than anybody on this earth, but with that said, it has the most bland progression system I've ever seen in any game in my entire life. Now in Call of Duty, every time you hit the max level, you have the opportunity to prestige, which basically means all your weapon classes and everything reset, and you can move on to the next emblem. And if you do that about 10 or so times, you hit what they call Master Prestige, which pretty much means you're the shit. So I want you to sit back and try to imagine, instead of having just a regular number level next to your name, now you have an emblem indicating how many times you've prestiged. And the more you prestige and the higher your level, you'll get access to more exclusive content like skins and all types of different stuff. It would actually be a cool way for them to introduce like Old Republic and Clone Wars skins into the game, or something as simple as being able to get certain tattoos or paint designs on your clone trooper. It'd be another way outside of just the gameplay to experience an immersive progression system that the game so desperately needs, because people only care about one thing after your level icon turns gold, and it's the only thing that EA's given us the chance to care about, and it's the fact whether or not we can hit max, which 9 times out of 10 most of us don't want to do that. It's not really a rewarding thing to chase, in my opinion. Now moving on to number 8, we have something pretty simple. It's going to be customization. Now I'm not talking about anything crazy like running around with a gold clone trooper with a diamond camo gun. I just wanted to see that level of customization from Battlefront 2015 expanded on a little bit more and give us just a little bit more races and skins to choose from. And with the clone troopers more so, I want to be able to add things like the visors and just the little gadgets and things that they had on and off at certain times in the show. And that's as far into customization as I really need to get. Now moving on to number 7, we have organized tournaments. Now I'm not going to expand too far into this. It's pretty self-explanatory. Just an event every couple weeks or so where you can enter in and play with your squad for a chance to win all types of different prizes. I feel like this would be a ton of fun and would actually bring a whole new social aspect to the game, because now you want to build the best squad on Battlefront 2, which means you go out of your way to meet new people that end up being good that you play with. And I'm actually really surprised, because this is an idea that I had in the back of my mind for a long time, but every time I talk to people about it, they've also thought the same thing. I thought it was just me. Tournaments would be really fun in this game. Alright, at number 6, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this because we all know the concept of it. It's going to be a battle pass. Now what's the one thing battle passes scream? They scream longevity. They scream that we want this game to be relevant for a very long time, so we're going to put an active battle pass that's going to change every 3 months or so. And it's my honest opinion, if Battlefront 2 implicated a battle pass, the game would take over. The game would literally be a gold mine. Imagine being able to unlock all the skins we talked about in the top 15 missing skins from Battlefront 2 laid out for you in a battle pass. Fans would go absolutely crazy. It would just bust open the door for unlimited potential for skins, cosmetics, all types of things that we see throughout the Star Wars universe that we just love. But like I said, you guys already understand the basic concept of a battle pass, so I'm not going to get too far into that. I just want you to think how good Fortnite's doing it, how good Call of Duty's doing it, and I'm telling you right now, Battlefront 2 could do it better for the simple fact that it's Star Wars. Now, no, I'm not saying there's going to be more Battlefront players than Fortnite and Call of Duty players, but I'm just saying the concept of the battle pass could probably be done best by Battlefront if they approached it the right way. Now, number 5 is something that this game desperately needs. Like, it should have been there at launch, and it actually really upsets me that it wasn't. It's going to be ranked play, but along with that, I also want to talk about skill-based matchmaking. Now, I always wanted to have a ranked play and a casual play. Casual play is what we have now, where you can basically just play and it doesn't affect you in any positive or negative way. You're just on the game having fun. However, when you're in a ranked match, depending on how you perform affects where you stand on the leaderboards. Now, let's move on to something that's rather irritating. It's not fair to brand new players that try to get into Star Wars Battlefront 2 that they have to load into a game and go against a max player every single time they get on. This is actually a perfect reflection of EA's laziness, the fact that we didn't get any ranked play or skill-based matchmaking in the game, but more so skill-based matchmaking because, like I said, it's not fair to brand new players to have to struggle against people who have been playing this game for years. Me personally, I don't have fun going against a level 5 Kylo Ren who's just getting a feel for the game. To break it simply down for EA, good players should go against good players, decent players should go against decent players, and new players should go against new players. It's a really simple concept that should have been followed from day one, and I feel really strongly about that because it stops people from wanting to play the game when they just get murked every time they get on. You can't really blame somebody for being bad at a game that they never really got a chance to be good at in the first place. Alright y'all, moving on to number 4 is going to be something that shouldn't take too long to cover. It's going to be separate sensitivity for lightsaber and shooting characters. If you've played Battlefront 2 long enough, chances are this really bugs you. Now, most of us seasoned Battlefront players, we play on a high sensitivity with lightsaber characters and a lower sensitivity with shooting characters. The only problem is, if there's one sensitivity, we're constantly changing back and forth throughout the entire game. It's immersion breaking, it's annoying, and it's just unfortunate that they couldn't sneak that in there in the final update. Alright, number 3 is probably something I talk about every single day when I play Battlefront with somebody. It's gonna be the 1v1 duels. Whether you watch me on YouTube, follow me on Instagram, or watch me on TikTok, at one point in time on all those platforms, I've talked about the fact that this game desperately needs a 1v1 game mode. Now, we've been making it work in Hero Showdown. I'd say about a little more than half the time I load in the Showdown, people are willing to do a 1v1, but that's not really something that I want to leave up to chance, because even if we're fighting a 1v1, halfway through the match, a Chewbacca or some random character decides they just want to start shooting at you for no reason, and it gets annoying, but it's part of the game, so you can't really be mad at it. But if we just had the option to load into a 1v1 game mode with either shooters only, lightsabers only, or just mixed, that'd be freaking amazing. But for now, we're just gonna have to keep making it work in Hero Showdown. Hopefully, if they do have a Battlefront 3 sometime down the line, they would have heard us and give us a 1v1 game mode at launch. Now, number 2 breaks my heart to this very day. Why do we not have stats and leaderboards in Star Wars Battlefront 2, but we had them in Star Wars Battlefront 2015? And if you tell me it's because they don't want people feeling bad about their horrible stats, I'm gonna jump out of a window, because that's not true. What I honestly think is going on with this right here is they decided to push out a game that was not ready to be released. But this is something that I can forgive them for if they didn't include it for the right reasons. If it is the truth that they didn't put this in here because they didn't want people to feel bad for their bad stats, okay, fine, I get it. But if it's the result of laziness, I can't back that. So let's revisit the topic of Battlefront 3. If there is a Battlefront 3 coming out eventually, let's see if EA decides to put leaderboards and stats in the game, and that'll pretty much give us our answer. If they do decide to put them in there, that just means they probably weren't ready to put them in Battlefront 2 because of the time frame window they had closed too early. Now, if they don't decide to put leaderboards in this game and they had 5 years to develop it, that just means that they never planned to put them in there after Battlefront 2015 because they honestly didn't want people to feel bad for their bad stats. Now, we have finally reached number 1. The number 1 thing that we Battlefront fans wanted in this game since day one, and we never ended up getting it throughout the endless community updates that we got in this game's lifespan. Now, I know throughout this video I've been giving EA a hard time for all the things they didn't deliver in this game, and it's because I feel like they grabbed the Star Wars license as a quick money grab and had no passion to release Star Wars games. You gotta think about it, we trash talked this game so bad that they didn't even want to do community updates when they knew they had the potential to get a bag from it. But finally, without further ado, the number 1 thing that we wanted in Star Wars Battlefront 2 since day one that we never got was private matches. We Battlefront players need private matches. To this day, we still need them. As I'm speaking right now, we still need them, but we're not gonna get them because obviously the community updates are done. We need a place to introduce our friends to the game, teach them new moves. We need a place to deal with the trash talkers. Imagine being able to run a 4v4 heroes versus villains with all your friends, or a 2v2 hero showdown with the best 3 Battlefront players you know. Now, obviously I know there's ways around it. I know there's ways that you can end up playing the people you want to, but I'm talking about doing it with the click of a button without all the hassle. And the craziest thing is about Star Wars Battlefront 2 not having all this content is the fact that the only reason it's missing so much is because they had to meet the same release window as The Last Jedi. Actually, no, I'm not going to put it all on The Last Jedi because most of it is on EA. But that's a conversation for a different time. I hope you all enjoyed the top 10 missing game modes / features for Battlefront 2. If you enjoyed today's video and made it all the way to the end, let me know by leaving a like, and if you're new, consider subscribing and turning on those post notifications so you don't miss a single upload. And YouTube notifications are kind of weird sometimes, so consider following me on Instagram because I also update you on everything YouTube, TikTok, Instagram exclusive clip related things, all on there. So make sure you leave me a follow on there if you don't want to miss anything. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.